I pushed this aside, chalking it up to a social fluke on his part, and enjoyed the rest of my day with them. The daylight hours went smoothly, save for John suggesting several times that we all get drunk that evening. Not being a drinker, I declined, only to have him get a little pushy with it. I politely reaffirmed my opinion, and he eventually dropped it. After returning to their home, the three of us hung out in the family room and watched a bit of television. We all began talking and somehow came to the topic of pregnancy scare Kate had told me about a few months prior. John proceeded to tell me how stupid Kate was for the way in which she worried over a possible pregnancy. He said that he had told her several times that it was hardly possible and to stop being such a fucking spaz over it. He went on to tell me that it was her own fault for forgetting her birth control and that it was bullshit for her to expect him to use a condom. I was entirely thrown off at the way he raised his voice and talked so rudely about my friend. I defended her, saying that it was entirely a legitimate thing to worry about and that if she prefers that he wear a condom in order to be safe, that he should respect her wishes. He only laughed at me and Kate stayed totally silent during the entire interaction. John then asked if I wanted to sleep in the bed with him and Kate rather than in the guest room, which I found totally strange. I declined the offer and went to bed. The following morning, Kate and I had made plans to go shopping. She mentioned John wouldn't be with us because he had to work, which I was grateful for. Before leaving the house, however, John stopped me and said, "You're a very heavy sleeper." Confused, I gave a weird look and asked what he meant. He went on to say, "You're a heavy sleeper. You don't even wake up when people touch you." Now, normally, I would have interpreted this as someone possibly trying to rouse me earlier by tapping my shoulder or something along those lines. But the way in which John was smirking at me and the inflection and emphasis he had put on the word touch caused me to think otherwise. I asked John what the fuck he was talking about, and he only laughed, saying it was nothing. Now, I happen to take some relatively strong sleeping pills, which Kate is aware of. Those knocked me out pretty hard, but I believe I would have woken up given the chance that someone entered my room or touched me inappropriately. So I highly doubt anything actually happened, but the possibility of him groping me in my sleep makes me sick. Actually, the fact that he would say that to me just to cause anxiety makes me sick. I went on to try and enjoy my outing with Kate, which unfortunately didn't offer much solace. While stopped at a red light, Kate and I sat quietly as a group of pedestrians crossed the street. Kate made a comment on how beautiful one particular girl in the crowd happened to be. I agreed that she was a very pretty woman, only for Kate to suddenly spout out, "I'm not attracted to men." She had said this as if the words had been dying to leave her lips for years. I was pretty dumbfounded and caught off guard by the sudden confession, as I had never entertained the idea of Kate being a lesbian.